Good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Jordan Thomas, reporting live from London. This is another video. It's another highlight of the Mets game. The Mets, just frankly put, they're just awful. They're fucking pathetic. They're a fucking pathetic team. The manager sucks. The players suck. The pitchers fucking suck. Everyone just fucking sucks. The Mets scored 8 runs today, and even though they scored 8 runs, they gave up 10 runs and ended up losing another series. So that's 6 straight series that they haven't won. They're just fucking awful. They can't. It's always something with this Mets team. Either when the offense is going good, the pitching can't hold a fucking lead. Like, Max Scherzer can't hold the lead. Tyler McGill can't hold the fucking lead. Verlander can't hold the fucking lead. Like, what the fuck do we pay you for? Like, why are we paying? Like, why the Mets? We pay you all that money and you fucking stinking up the field. Like, just fuck. You just fucking suck. And then every time the pitching is good, the offense can't hit worth for shit. Like, their offense, the Mets offense is so anemic and it's so inconsistent. It's frustrating. Like, the first game of the series, we won the game. The Mets scored 11 runs. They won 11 runs. Scherzer gave us what we needed. He gave us 8 strong innings, gave up 1 run. He helped the bullpen be good. And then yesterday, and the Mets score 11. Then yesterday, they lose 4-2. The Mets offense, once again, can never win back-to-back games. It's annoying. Because, like, one game they'll score 11 fucking runs, and then the next game, like yesterday, they only scored 2 runs. Like, what the hell is that? And then Verlander, he didn't do terrible, but he gave up 4 runs in 7 innings. Like, we pay you all that money. You should be able to. And I'm glad he went 7, but he needs to do it more consistently. Verlander and Scherzer just haven't been consistent enough for me. And then today, for instance, the Mets lost 10-8. We could have won this series. We had many opportunities to score. They scored 8 runs, right? But then the pitching just gave up 10. Fucking Tyler McGill can't even go 3 innings. Can't go 3 innings. We give him a 3-2 lead, and then we even give him a 4-2 lead going to the third. And he costs it right back up. And he fucking cannot hold a lead. I don't understand. If you can't go at least 5 innings in the major leagues, you don't deserve to be a major league pitcher. Like, starters should at least be able to go 5 innings at least, the bare minimum. That is why the Mets are always losing, because the starters cannot give enough flame. And then people like, oh, bullpen don't have to pitch that much. Well, if your starters are not doing good and not living up to what they're supposed to do, then that messes up everything else, because starting starts everything off. Because if you're batting and you always got to bat and you're behind after you've even taken a bat, that puts more pressure on everyone to where they feel like they got to do more than what they have to do. Maybe it's the pitchers, and then it's not just the starting pitchers, it's the bullpen too, because every time the offense gives us a big lead, the bullpen comes up and coughs it right up. Like, I think the Mets have the most losses this year when scoring 8 runs. Like, that is unacceptable. We should not be losing this many games scoring that many runs. Like, for instance, the game in Atlanta, for instance, where those 3 games in Atlanta, for instance, the Mets had 3-run leads in all of those games, and the bullpen just coughed it up, and the starters just coughed it up. I mean, we pay you all that money for what? For you to just stink? Like, if you can't throw 5 innings in a major league, just go home. And then the manager, he's just, and I praised him last year. He was really good last year. But this year, he's just, a lot of his moves are just questionable. I can't listen to his press conferences. He's like Tom Thibodeau, stubborn and old. I can't stand it for the life of me. Like, it's okay to yell at guys and hold them accountable every once in a while. He's like, I just don't understand. And then Ottavino comes in, right? And he did a pretty good job, but there was a bunt hit right back to him. Right to him. All you have to do is take your time. But no, he scooped it and threw a lollipop pass up in the air, and that allowed another run to score. And so the bullpen this year has just been terrible, to frankly put it. They fucking suck. And so is the starters. Like, if the Mets want to... So that loss today put the Mets at 34-40. What an utterly fucking disappointment. The Mets have the highest payroll in the major leagues this year. Steve Cohen went out and spent a lot of money to put this team together, try to help them build on last year. And they're 34-40. Like, what a major disappointment. And put that in perspective. The Mets are 13 games behind in the division now. And they're 5 games out of the division. I mean, out of the wild card spot. So up next, they play the Phillies, which they need that series. They need to win at least 2 out of 3 or sweep that series. Because right now, they're like 5 games behind the Phillies for the last wild card spot. So they need to start winning series. They need to go on a winning streak. They need to be more consistent. The starters need to go 6 innings at least every game. And the offense needs to stop being so inconsistent. But I just don't understand. Like, this is the same team from last year. And this year, it's like, there's always something with this team. Either the defense makes a dumb error, like a throwing error, or they do something dumb, or or the pitching gives up long home runs, and then the pitchers get to a point where they start walking the ballpark. They're just horrible. Like, and then the offense, like, guys, I just don't understand. Like, I can't tell you how frustrating it is to constantly have your team. They have men on base, and they always strike out, or they don't get as much out of it. Like, I don't understand baseball nowadays. Why does everybody always want to hit the long ball all the time? Like, there is still the same thing as bunting. Why don't nobody bunt? Like the Astros did to us today. They did a squeeze bunt to get that run. Why don't many teams do that? It's just this analytical approach is kind of messing up the game. Because not everybody is so focused on hitting home runs instead of putting the ball in play, taking a walk, passing the baton, squeeze bunt, anything. Like, it's just annoying to watch a team just constantly struggle and constantly make dumb errors and lose because they're just being smart. They're just being dumb, and they're not having no IQ. It's ridiculous. Like, you're fucking major leaguers. You get paid millions of dollars. They need to figure this out, because this is unacceptable. Or they need to make a trade at the deadline. They need to do something to shake up this team right now, because this is unacceptable what's going on this year with this team. The Mets have more talent than this, and they're just stinking up the field. So either they should make a trade at the trade deadline, or people will have to go. Like, something has to change with this team, or they might need to fire the manager, because the manager don't seem to know what he's doing either. Like, he just looks clueless out there. Like, I just don't know how to describe it. But anyway, just another bad series. The Mets haven't won a series since they swept the Phillies at Citi Field in late May, at the end of the month, going into June. They haven't won a series. And ironically, they play the Phillies again at Citizens Bank Park this weekend, starting on Friday. They need to win this series. They essentially need to win every series. They put themselves in such a hole that they got to win every series that's about. So hopefully they could get it going, but they need to do something, because this is unacceptable. But anyway, thanks everyone for listening to my video. It's me, Jordan Thomas, saying have a good day, everyone.